Hi, I'm Michi and that's my channel. I have to get a sip. I decided, of course my children are not home, that I wanted to make a little bit bunch of intros so that I have something to produce. Yeah, I mean, we have now October, then comes November and December. And in December it's usually so that I wanted to make an advent calendar for my children. I choose puzzles that I have. Yeah. I don't know. One of my daughters, I showed the puzzles already, but my two daughters get an homemade advent calendar from me, and I get one from my eldest daughter, and I'm really seeing forward to have this in my hand and make a video out of it. I'm really seeing forward, but I wanted to show you how I tried to make an advent calendar for my two children. So we will build together the puzzles and decided to divide them, and I usually only packed it in small bags. Yeah, I don't feel that I make many effort with decoration of the bags, but to show you it's easy to make something really small and funny, even if it's the puzzle that they know but they wanted to build. And my youngest daughter is not so skilled, so she gets along really well with these small little packages. And my second daughter, my first, has a little bit more puzzle skill, and I wanted to try to divide the thing in funny shapes, so that would be an interesting thing of doing. The first puzzle we build, it's that. In my whole video I said that my youngest daughter had a knack for this picture, and she says she wanted this to have as an advent calendar, and we're building this together and you see how to divide this thing. Yeah, so get in the time lapse. now that it's finished, I really have to see which bags I wanted to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're smaller, I think they're better to use. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, and I think 24 we might get a little bit bigger on the last. I don't know now how to break it up. I mean, the last puzzle I have made for her advent calendar was Anna Geddes, Anna Stalkers, and it was so dark, so I broke it up regularly. So I broke this in lines and then make it back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that it's relatively regular. Oh, but here I thought maybe I could get the person in one bag in the 24th. I mean, that's the first thing I wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. I think I'd make 24, so let me, I don't know, I think scrambled, I don't number the things. I could do this numbered, but it's the 24, it's optically nicer. Yeah. Let me see if I have count my bags right and count my things right. Maybe I use the smaller one for the smallers and the other. So So now I don't know if I had a bag too less or it's too much. It's too much bags, and I have already 24. So let me count this. I want to lay this here, but I really have to count this. But this so stupid thing. 1. But I think the 2 I wanted to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Let's see, that's 10. Oh no, oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, and here I've miscalculated my bags, so there were 24 pieces. I really wanted to have laying this out, but I have to count them. Do not come out. The little small bags are not so secure, but I have used and reused and reused it, and that's more a thing of reuse your things, not using new ones first, so it's a little bit cheaper. So that's 10, that's 12. So here is my puzzle advent calendar. It looks like a little bit cheap, but it is like it is. I think we mix this a little bit together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So what do you think? It is a good advent calendar. I mean, I think I will give it like this to her. Like we open, and this is 24. Everything else is what you wish to do at the day. Only get a bag out and get this puzzled, and I really think it would be a funny thing. So job 1 is done. The second job comes to the second. I think I show you the puzzle. The second one will be this here. I think we don't do this together because we didn't came together anymore. It's nice pieces. They're a little bit more chunky, and I see only 2 ins and 2 outs, so it would be a little bit difficult than the first. But it's a resealable bag, like you see. Yeah. But this is a project we have to do the puzzle first, so to then break it up and see how it works. But yeah, this is more a nightmare than this. I think that's easier. Yeah, I think we start project 2 now. I know it's time for an advent calendar, but I don't know how long this will take, because it looks really, really dark. I mean, the pieces looks printed nice, so I'll let me see how it works out. I don't know. That's a little bit messy. one of the holes was a, a piece stack. I really don't know how to feel about this. I mean, when there's so a pile of pieces, even if I know, even if you know, that's a 1,000-piece puzzle, but the pieces are really big and chunky. They have size differentiations, but they're all twos. And I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't want to time it. This would take me hours and hours. Maybe not. Maybe the color and the patterns on it. But it looks like there are many violet and dark pieces. Yeah, there are only twos. I really wished there not only twos. Yeah, I'm too tired to make an intro now. I will start the timer and start puzzling. Maybe checking in the middle between when I come to a conclusion what I'm doing here and how much I've done already and so whatever. But for this, I think I start puzzling and not talking. Bye. I'm glad that it not took me 10 hours or more. I really thought it could be. It's 8.5 hours and 8.5 hours. It has so many problems, but yeah, of course, it's also you have this distinct pattern, then have your distinct pattern, and then comes the next distinct pattern, and till you get to the point where you have only blacks left, then that's only approximately 200 to 300 pieces. And also this has a little bit pattern on the frame. And although it's only a 2 in and 2 outs all through, and I don't recognize this, of course they have so different shapes, that somebody is really small, somebody is really big, somebody is really chunky, somebody is really rectangular and quadrant, and the puzzle pieces have really distinct forms, and yeah, the shapes really helps to build the puzzle. But only one shape, only one piece shape, it's a nightmare to puzzle. I don't know, I feel that was a really difficult puzzle and a tricky puzzle, and I really don't like that much this puzzle. It's a really big problem. I really don't like this sort of puzzles, and it has glare, and if there is not natural light you can't see this shade differentiations, and when I puzzle when it's the light not so good, then it was always a problem with the ring light is a reflection on it. It was a nightmare. I mean, it's dark and glossy, and only 2 in and outs, and whew. So I really think that's good that this would be an advent calendar, and my daughter only buys it, puzzled it in 24 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I don't think I will make funny forms and shapes. I think maybe this could be a funny form and shape, because it's only a round thing and you can puzzle this. This would be nice to be the 24th. But everything else I really wanted to separate it in rectangular squares. I have to count and divide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 5 more. I really don't like when I have 2 less bags. I mean, there are the others are the bigger one. Maybe I do 5 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I've bought this. It was not so expensive, and I bought this especially for packing up puzzle pieces. Of course, the small little baggies are really good when you bag up 200 pieces, 300 pieces. They are really nice to get it in there, and you can then transport them. I used one of the bags 1 year, and then it broke in my bag, and yeah, of course. But they last long. You could transport that. I mean, that is a use, and it looks a little bit glittery, but it's look fine. And for the use of the advent calendar. that shorter, and that shorter. I mean, these two are a little bit more, and that's a little bit less, and that's a little bit less. These two I will get side by side in one bag so that it's reduced, and that's a little bit lesser than. But I think it's a good concept. I mean, it's the most of them is rectangular. I really wanted to have this. It's a little bit more than I wished. Of course, it's those are 90 pieces, and I want to have 80 pieces, but I have reduced here and here and here, and these pieces, and these two are also a little bit bigger because it's 6 by 8, and this is 5 by 8, so that these two are a little bit bigger in a chunk, and that's a little bit lesser than the other chunks, but I feel that this is a good thing of. Maybe it's better to say I would like to label this. But let me. So let me back this up. I think that's a good structure. So I wanted to have this like this way. I think it's a good thing of doing. So we pack this up. I mean, the only thing I'm not sure about is should I label them. So I mean, the 24th is the thing I would like to label somehow. Maybe I take even bigger bag for 24 so that it's labeled and the others are backed randomly. Yeah, now it's fit. So, so what do you say? Is this a good advent calendar? Yeah, maybe I have to count this. So that's 10. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's I've missed a piece. So that's 24. So hopefully I have not missed another piece. So I have the bags here, so I don't feel that I wanted to mix them up. I really wanted to have this in line, but I I think I scrambled it already. So maybe that's a good idea to make this in this position. So that's the 24th. And that's the small little bags on the outside and the outside. So it nearly goes in. So I think, yeah, that's my finish. I think I'll let it like this. So here are my two advent calendars. Here's the one. Ethnic Puzzle has a nice big box. And here is the second. And yeah, I think it's okay. I don't know, outros are always so difficult. Did you find this difficult? I mean, I have said on the table goodbye. Maybe I cut this out and let it in here. So now my two advent calendar are finished, and Yeah, they are not pretty, but they are functional, and the puzzles are done, and I separated them, I think, really nicely. Yeah, I'm really proud that this hell of a boss didn't take me more than, I mean, 8.5 hours are not a good time, but it was a really difficult puzzle, and I'm really glad took me under 10 hours, because I really thought it would take me longer. I'm been really seeing forward. I'm maybe I estimate the two in and outs standard pieces, that they would be trickier to have only standard pieces, but I always do the things that were distinct enough to get along with pieces away, pieces in, and then they were lesser and lesser and lesser, and in the end it was only a board full of really black pieces, and there are recognized patterns on it, and the forms and the shapes were distinct, although only two ins and outs. It's I don't know why persons make puzzles like this way, because it's really tricky to build, and when you have a difficult picture, then make the thing easier for the audience or for the people, that builders, and many forms, many shapes make it easier, the life and everything else, and the puzzle. Yeah, and the Advent Munch was not so easy as I thought. It was tricky at itself, but always a good sortable, and I really enjoyed to do this. This was one of my first Piantnik I really enjoyed, because I don't have this many false fits, and I didn't have to fight always with the puzzle, and it comes together really nicely. I mean, it took me 3.5 hours, I think, or 4, I don't know, I forgot. But I think it was an easy one, but it was tricky in itself, and I talked the whole thing through, so maybe that was the tricky thing. I was talking and puzzling. I mean, with an easy puzzle you cannot talk too. Maybe you get this also as a real time. So that is other thing I have to consider. But the two were, I think they were nice projects, and I took you with me this time. Last year make the advent calendar without you, so this time I feel I have to everything record and show you how I done it. I mean, I know many other persons on YouTube make the same thing, but everyone does this in a other way. I mean, they're in a pretty, but I've puzzled it and make parts. Maybe you can yeah, I don't know, it's always like, did you do this for your children or your mother or your sister or your aunt as well? Did you swap puzzles? Did you buy for your advent calendar, homemade advent calendar, a new puzzle? Or like me, they choose the puzzle they wanted to do for Christmas, and I puzzle them and prepare them for them. So yeah, what do you do? I'm interested in seeing this. And yeah, of course you get my new advent calendar homemade puzzle that makes my daughter, and my daughter buys me a puzzle, and yeah, I'm seeing forward to do this also. And yeah, I will take you with me, although I really don't know how I can mix the setting, because maybe I'm not finished with my other big project, but I will see. I will make this happen. I will record this without maybe having it a little bit other setting, and it would be maybe not so good quality, but yeah, of course I will make it happen. You will see. Yeah, therefore I wish you have a nice Advent. I hope you have the time of preparing your own Advent calendar. I'm seeing forward to look at all the videos of Advent calendar. I cannot say I'm not a huge big fan of Advent calendar. Usually I don't do every day a thing or eat every day a chocolate. I'm stopped to buying me some. Not while I'm ashamed of being childish, but I've stopped eating the chocolates on 5th, and then at 10 I see, oh, I have 5 to eat, and it's too much. And usually when the 24 is, I all disassemble, but I have then a bunch of chocolates, and I don't buy them, of course I don't eat them every day. But I'm really interested also in have a tea bag calendar. I'm a big fan of teas, and in the winter I really usually drink 1 cup a day, sometimes a little bit more. But it's also a thing of, oh, a tea calendar would be nice. But I'm more likely to drink black or green tea, but I also like fruit. I mean, but only a tea calendar with fruit teas, or I don't like chai especially, and too much chais in one Advent calendar. So I don't know, maybe I do only my puzzle Advent calendar for my daughter, and it would be a special thing, and I would be so joyful to do every day this puzzle. That's the thing I've done last year really every day, because I'm really always excited about doing the next session. So that's a really good Advent calendar for me. I do them every day. So yeah, I stop now rambling. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I wish you a nice day, evening, morning, midday, whenever and wherever you watch the video, and we see each other in my next. Bye! And happy hoppy other sides.